Morning, folks. I'm out here this morning. Got a whole lot to do today. We need to stay here about a month, day in, day out. We've been running around the country here a lot lately, and it's you come back home and you look around and you go, man, we need to do this, we need to do that. Me and Polly was walking around yesterday afternoon, and so I'm going to try to squeeze in as much today as I can. We got to go on another road trip tomorrow, and I've got to clean up some stuff I've got to take, and I'll take you up, show you the camper. Yesterday we brought the camper home that we traded for. Larry and Deb, we unloaded their 33 by 100 metal building, all in pieces, of course. We helped them unload that, and then off of a semi, and then the next day they helped us pull our camper home, so that we had traded for. So I'll take you up there and show you that. Right now I got to get my little tractor started up, get it warmed up. I've got to feed, I've got to haul trash, and this little tractor really makes it handy. So I'm going to take and get started here. I've stayed in about as long as I can, tried to get it warm up. Started wearing my old straw hat again because it's been warming up to 50s and 60s. It should take and stay fairly warm. It's almost March 1st, so it's going to be warmer days ahead, and then the bugs. It's always a trade-off, but I'm ready for some warmer days for sure. Maybe I got my straw hat out a little prematurely, but I'm going to get this tractor fired up and get the day started. One of the things I do with all my mower, my trucks, my cars, everything, is I take and in between oil changes, if something's using oil, I put a Lucas in it. And number one, if it loses a whole lot of oil, it's going to protect your motor from seizing up or throwing a rod or something. Number two, it just lubricates everything a whole lot better, and it slows down oil consumption. So I recommend that if you have something that's using oil, it is a little pricey. It's about $12 a quart, but if you take and put it in between oil changes, it will slow down the oil consumption of whatever. And this mower does use a little bit of oil, so I check it every time I start it. Try to. So. Also used it in my generators. So we've got a mess around here. One of the things that me and Polly was talking about was scrap where I built stuff and where I cut trees. We've just got piles of them, and we need to clean them up. You know how it is on a place. I mean, you you take and you're doing stuff, you're moving stuff, and it just kind of piles up. So we've got to get some designated areas for some stuff and figure out a system to where, okay, we put this here, and then I've got to be more vigilant at taking it back there. So I need to make a lumber pile today. I've got odds and ends of lumber up by the workshop, so I need to find a place out of the way where I can go back and get scrap when I need it, but it's not just scattered all over the place. So I'm gonna get these pigs fed, and then we will take and we will haul trash. I don't know how we amass so much trash. Everything is froze this morning. That's how cold it is. I'd say it probably got down in the low 20s, maybe the high teens last night, but it warms up fairly quick. The old sun is shining. Yesterday when Larry and Deb were over here, after they brought the camper, we got it set up. Larry helped me re-ring the bore. He dug some gigantic holes in this pen, and it's just real destructive around the fences and stuff, loosens everything up. So we put some more rings in his nose. So here's the camper that we swapped out with, traded out with Miss Deb, not Larry and Deb, another Deb. Anyway, Larry and the other Deb took and pulled it over here for us. It's kind of dirty right now. We haven't cleaned it up, but I'll take you inside and show you some of the things it needs. It's a 1970 model. They did a lot of painting. I think we'll probably change the paint. And they put flooring in. I think somebody else did this up to the back, and it had carpet in it. There's been mice in here, as you can see. We're gonna have to change some of the propane around. There's a lot of lines under here that don't make a whole lot of sense, and mice have been chewing on the wiring. So I might have to check all those systems out. This here's a bedroom, a lot more room than the small camper, but it needs flooring in here. We have to put a bed back in here, but it's going to be a lot more room while we're building our homestead. Needs a stove put back in. It's sitting over here. Just a lot of cleaning up. I mean, there's mice everywhere. We know it's not a fast process. We know it's going to be at least a year, maybe more. Just all really depends on, you know, how money flows. So we traded for this. Bones of it they're fairly good. It's not exactly level, so I've got to take and haul some block up here, get a jack, take and level up the other side. It's kind of sitting kind of cattywampus. So that's on my agenda today. Then we have to get ready for our road trip. One of the reasons we moved back to this area was for Polly to be able to be around her family and stuff. And since the passing of her parents, it's really tightened the family up a little bit. So we're gonna have a Cajun bull. As I've said out here before, you have to have a backup to your backup You have to have a primary, a secondary, a backup, and a backup to your backup. And with the Traverse going down, it really opened my eyes. So one of Polly's sisters has it's a Nissan Altima, I think it is, and it runs really good. Needs a few things, but we're going to take them. We're going to purchase that from the Nissan's really going to take and be a good extra vehicle and take some of the pressure off of the old Lincoln. The Lincoln's it's still a good car. It's running good. The little Mazda is doing really good, but you got to have a backup to your backup. But I'm gonna try to level this thing up just a little bit better, and then just get ready for our road trip back up there. All right, friends and neighbors, I had a little something to eat. Me and Polly watched a movie, and I've got to get to leveling up this camper. I've got some block right over here on the trailer. I'm gonna take about 3 or 4 of them up there. My little wagon. I've got to get a jack. I got to use a crank jack. My hydraulic floor jack won't pick it up. I've got to get right in here and get this crank jack out. Well, folks, life didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Or not so much what I wanted to, it just didn't work out the way I planned. I had planned to level this camper out, and then a neighbor came over and talked to him a little bit, and then my wife reminded me that another neighbor, I guess you call him a neighbor, he's over 10 miles away, had wanted us to come over. His name is Tom. If you have any room in your prayer life, make sure you pray for Tom. He had a stroke. I guess they call it a mini stroke or something like that. Anyway, so I did not get the camper leveled. In fact, we stayed over there and talked. As everybody knows, I'm a talker. We talked, and as we like to say, we solved all the world's problems. Just nobody's listening. Anyway, we are not going to do anything else today. It is super cold right now. The temperature has dropped probably 20 degrees, and it wasn't warm to begin with. I'm standing here freezing. I'm going to take the old tractor back down. I'm just going to leave everything in it, the jack and everything, to level this up, and when we get back from our road trip, I'll level it up. But we don't have to be in no hurry. Like I said earlier today, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So we've got a long way to go here on our place, and I see people, they want all this land, and our 10 acres is plenty enough for us. It's more than I can do. So if I can maintain and get this 10 acres working and producing for us, and especially in a crunch, in a pinch, then I'm going to be happy. I don't need hundreds of acres, especially out here. This 10 will do me just fine. The Apostle Paul said that in all things he learned how to take and be content. He knew how to be abased, and he knew how to abound. He knew how to take and have plenty, and knew how to suffer. So in all things be content, and I am more than content with our little place. I love living out here. I love the country. I love the solitude, and Our thing is we want to take and I don't want the stress. So if something doesn't work out right, if something doesn't work out the way we planned, that's okay. There's always tomorrow. I used to work with this old vaquero, and my Spanish is not good, he would say muy mañanas, many tomorrows. And he would tell us, he said, if we don't get it done tomorrow, if something happens and we can't get it done tomorrow, we die tomorrow, then it doesn't matter anyway. So think about that. Be content. Be content with what you have. Be content with what you got done today, particularly if you did it righteously. That's a big thing right there. Something this country has kind of forgotten. I can be content if I did the day righteous. So I'm gonna go put this up. I gotta go feed the pigs. And until next time, pray hard, stay strong, ride on.